Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Two Brothers Outdoors. Today, we're supposed to get a little warmer. We're supposed to get up to 28 degrees. Right now, it's about 10 degrees. It is 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to get our day started. Got a lot to do today. You saw our last video, the fight with a little log. Well, that may continue today. So the first thing I got to do today is I got to replenish the paper products in the office. All right, some of the most important things have to be done first. Okay, yesterday, that particular log right there caused some major problems trying to square that up into a square cant. It flipped up under the mill and it knocked the mill. Now, this mill head is over 1,500 pounds. My tractor can barely pick that up. So, what happened was the log flipped up. Somehow it caught the mill head and it flipped the mill head over. And the only thing to stop that mill head from actually flopping over completely on its side was the adjustable guide right there. I had it out all the way and it landed against that guide. Something had to give, and instead of something bending, the mill bounced off the track. First time that's ever happened to me, but it did happen. I got this cant in the shingle jig, and this particular one right here still wants to kick up when I hit it with the saw. So now I've got to design some kind of clamp to hold these in the jig without them moving. Second thing I have to do today is we have a fox coming around at night. He's trying to get to the chickens, and trapping season is over. So I cannot legally set out a leg hold trap for this fox. So I have to come up with another solution to catch this fox unharmed so I can move it or call the authorities to come remove it. At any rate, I got to do something because he is after my chickens. He can't get to them at night. They're completely secure in their coops. I have an automatic door that shuts at a certain time every night and opens up at a certain time in the morning. But nonetheless, he is coming around on a regular basis. Now, I do have multiple live catch traps right here. This one's for like squirrels and bunny rabbits, and this one's for like possums, raccoons, skunks, small animals, not real small. But I've got a bigger one somewheres. I'm not sure how big it is, but it is bigger than this one. I have to see if I can find it. It may be in the loft of the pole barn. I'm not sure. I haven't seen that trap in years, but I know I still have it. All right. I found my big trap right here. That's 12 by 12 by 36 inches long. I don't think that's big enough for a fox. It may be big enough for, yeah, it's not big enough for a fox. All right, now everybody calls me a pack rat, but I never throw anything metal away because you just never know. And this might be part of the answer to my clamp solution right here. All right, I got a dozen things going on at once here. You just have to bear with me. This is a dog cage. That'll be big enough for a fox. I wonder if I can make a trap out of that. We got our projects cut out for us today. By the way, this is a 1950 something, forgot if it's a Firestone or a Goodyear boat motor. It's actually built by OMC. But if anybody's interested in an antique boat motor, that could be in your possession pretty easy. And it does run. Okay, this dog cage is plenty big enough. I just have to come up with a way for the door to close on its own and lock when it's down, and some kind of trip on the inside. Since I've got other traps to look at, I don't think this is going to be too difficult. All right, you know, I don't know whether I'm just a moron or a genius, but it's hard to focus on one thing at a time for me. If I got multiple things going, I'm bouncing back and forth all over the place. Okay, so I'm thinking on this. I have a piece of angle iron here. And I'm thinking if I make this clamp so I can slide it, just place it on here, as I tighten it with a piece of metal underneath and on top, it's going to rock back and lock in and push against these boards. I got to have it a lot shorter, of course, than this. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I'll do that first, and if that don't work, I'll have to come up with something else. Now, YouTube says that viewer participation helps boost your ratings, your viewers, whatever. But seriously, I'm making these shingles. They're 20 inches long, 1/4 inch on one end, 5/8 on the other. I've looked up shingles. They come in packs to cover 25 square feet or a 5x5 area. So I'm wondering if I should pack these up in packs in order to do 25 square feet, or should I put these in a bin and just mark them so much each and let people pick out however many they want. They're not cedar. These are spruce. We'll probably be making them out of ash. I have no idea what to charge for these. Do you think I should bundle them up in bundles to do 25 square feet, or do you think I should sell them individually? And what do you think I should sell them for? Leave it down there in the comments below. And remember, they're not cedar. We don't have cedar, so we won't be selling cedar shingles. Well, it's kind of funny. As I'm gathering parts for the clamp, I'm also gathering parts for the trap. Two ideas running through the same head at once. Is there enough room? I got no idea. One thing I've learned over the years is to measure first before you weld anything solid. So I got a couple of tack welds on here. Make sure we got enough space in between the two plates. And then we'll go from there. Okay, it fits, but it's very tight. I need just a little more space between the plates. So we're going to remedy that right now. Round 2, I made the space a little bigger. I think that'll work perfectly. All right, I think I got this just about squared away. A couple more welds and that'll be ready to go. We'll give it a quick try, and then we're going to start working on that live catch trap. Well guys, that idea does not work, because instead of this locking down, all it's doing is sliding back. I should have put this at a little bit more of an angle up where it forced this to lock in. Now we have to go to plan B. Not only am I thinking about the live catch fox trap that I'm going to build and thinking about this clamp and how it's going to work, I also concocted a plan B in my head in case it didn't work. And now we're going to implement plan B. Too much stuff going on in there, you know what I mean? Okay, that clamp is tight. What I ended up doing is, as you saw me, I drilled a hole here, put a bolt here, drilled a second hole here to pinch this as it twists, but it's locking it down tight now. And I did the same thing under where this one is sitting right here. So I got 2 spots where I dropped 2 bolts in to put the clamp in and to hold it tight. That should work. We will come back a little later and cut these into shingles. And that little log that caused me so much grief yesterday, well, you know what I mean. All right, it took a while to come up with this. And all the parts and pieces for the trigger mechanism was really a pain in the ass. But I do believe if I get something in here that steps on this little pedal, bam. And the doors locks are engaged. Nothing's going to get out. So we're going to take this, set it up. I'm going to set this one up too, just in case it's an animal smaller than a fox. We're going to see what we can catch. Okay, there's the big trap set up. I wish I could have set it under some trees or bushes, but there's too much snow still. While I was out here setting up traps, I thought one of my chickens got out. Started following the tracks. Turned out that's way bigger than a chicken track. Alright, so we got snow last night. You can see the fox tracks right here. He seems to concentrate in this area. He comes from that direction over there. And I set up another trap right there. It's a pretty good sized trap. I think a fox could get in it, but I don't know if he will because it's not quite big as it should be. And there's those turkey tracks. He comes strutting right out of the woods. I didn't see him, but he certainly came through the yard. Okay, now you can see the fox tracks right there. They go by the mower. They come out by the shed, by the pole barn. And we're right here behind the sawmill. And that was this morning because we had snow last night. So sometime this morning, it was probably just before daylight, he came through. All right, I told you we'd do a round 2, 3, whatever round it is, with this stinking little log here. And I am determined to cut some shingles off this stupid log. It's secured really well. So let's fire things up and see what we got. right, so these cants weren't square because of all the problems I came up with. So I don't dare go any further down. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got 14 shingles off of that. What should I charge for these? About $20 each? That's what I'm thinking. If these were square, I would take this clamp off and wouldn't worry about it. But as I'm releasing the clamp right now, I am watching these drop down. I don't know if I dare try to cut them or not. Yeah, I think that's about it. I could probably get one more cut, but see how they rock? They're not square, so the rest of this is going to be firewood. All right, guys, thanks for coming along with me on these excursions that we're doing, waiting for all this snow to disappear, and maybe we can get back up in the woods here pretty quick. We're getting some orders, and I got to get some logs, got to get some hemlock out. Not going to get any hemlock out, though, till we get in the woods. All right, so anyway, got any comments, drop them down below, and we'll get back to you. Until the next one, guys, we will catch you later. And hit that subscription button and the thumbs up and hit that hyper button. That hype. Everything's hype nowadays. We'll catch you later.